Hi everybody, I'm the Cooking Doc here today, and we're going to make a special sheet pan dinner, and I'm joined by a great guest. She is a food expert from Greenville, South Carolina. Her name is Ariel Turner. Thank you for joining us, Ariel.
Thank you for having me.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I work for the Greenville Journal, and I write about restaurants and food, and so I get to eat and play with food all day long. It's not a bad gig.
I mean, it sounds kind of like a dream job in some ways.
It is in some ways. In other ways, it's like, oh, I have to go eat again. No.
I have to go eat that great food in Greenville, South Carolina one more time, huh?
It's not bad.
But it's a growing food scene, right?
Absolutely. We're kind of on the verge of what we're hoping to be eventually. I mean, we like to look at Asheville or Charleston, where they've been, and so, we got about 10 more years to go, I think, but we're really getting there. We finally have some really good chefs in town, some really great restaurants, some people who've been here for a long time, and finally making some inroads. So it's a really exciting time to be covering it.
That's awesome. So Ariel is also a mother of 4 girls, and so the dinner that we make tonight is going to be something that mom could make or a dad could make for their kids. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's very easy, and even if you have a lot of allergies, you can kind of tailor this to something that works for your family. So you deal with a lot of allergies, right, at your home?
Yes, yeah, we have gluten for all 4 of them, dairy for 3 of them, and then peanuts also, thankfully not anaphylactic, but still very sensitive to it. So what we're gonna do today is exactly what I do for dinners. It's easy, it's fast, and it's completely allergen friendly.
Yay, all right, we picked a good one. Okay, so let's get cooking. We're gonna start with a marinade for some chicken thighs, and we're using actually chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks. It's kind of the dark meat of the chicken, and it's got a little more fat in it. It's much easier to cook than a chicken breast and has much more flavor. If you want to be really health conscious, you can cut the skin off after you're done. Why don't you start with our marinade here?
Sure. You want to tell us what's in it?
Yeah, sure. So we've got shallots. So this is 1 shallot that's been chopped. I love shallots. They kind of give a great flavor to the marinade here.
How much shallots are we using?
This is, it was 1 kind of medium-sized shallot. Comes about to about a tablespoon or so. We've got about a tablespoon as well of some chopped fresh rosemary. If you don't have fresh rosemary at home, you can usually just use a teaspoon of dried rosemary, or maybe a half teaspoon, depending on how much you like the flavor. We've got some lemon zest here. This is the zest of 1 lemon. We've got the zest of a clementine here, and then we've got some jalapeno because I like a little tang, a little bit of hotness in the food. If you don't like jalapeno, don't use it. If you like really spicy, double it. Okay, so that's real easy. And then we've got some Dijon mustard, always a staple of a good marinade. That's about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Mix that together, and then we've got spices, a little salt. So she's just using a pinch of salt, and then some coriander seeds, like about a tablespoon of coriander seeds. They're kind of a floury ingredient, and it just gives a really nice flavor and smell to the food as you're cooking it. So she's gonna mix that all together, and then gonna add some.
Squeezing this in?
Yeah, squeeze the orange in. We're using 1 clementine here, split in half. I didn't want to use more than that, otherwise it kind of will overwhelm the chicken with too much orange flavor. I'm gonna add this to our chicken here. Mix it up a little bit and refrigerate it for a couple of hours, covered. Okay, all right, so we're gonna set this to the side and get to prepping our vegetables.
All right, I'm gonna grab carrots.
Okay, perfect.
And some potatoes. I'll do carrots first. What
Okay,
do you want?
give me the fennel. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you. So we're gonna kind of fill our plate here with vegetables. That way when you're eating, you kind of get filled up kind of easily. If you have really tiny carrots, you could just throw the whole thing in there.
Right.
So you can make it really easy. That'll take away one of your steps. Right, as a mom, that's important.
Yes, that is important.
Okay, Ariel's cutting up our little Yukon Gold potatoes, and these I've boiled for 5 to 7 minutes to kind of get them a little soft. That way they'll roast much more evenly and quicker in the oven. If you don't have time to do that, you'll still be okay. You just have to let them sit for another 10 minutes in the oven.
Or you could cut them smaller.
Or you could cut them smaller. There you go. Cut them in quarters. That way they'll cook much more quickly anyway. Okay, so if you want a real low-carb alternative to potatoes, you could just roast a turnip. It's another root vegetable, and it's very, very good. Let's set up our pan with our vegetables. Okay, so we've got our potatoes. This is about a 1/2 to 3/4 pounds of potatoes. We have our carrots that have been chopped long ways. We've got our turnips. We've got our fennel.
Is it these in here?
Yep, clementines. Okay. I'll just douse with olive oil.
You know, olive oil and salt
Okay.
and pepper, you can roast any vegetable that way and it'll taste 10 times better than the frozen or canned version that everyone dreads. Like, this is just the best way to do vegetables, I think.
Okay, so we've got that. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit of salt here, a little salt over, and then we're going to get some pepper. Great. Beautiful vegetable plate here. Let's get our herbs. Put the rosemary on there, gives it a nice green color and a little bit of extra splash of flavor. And then I'll just take the chicken and kind of nestle it in here. Okay.
Or make sure that's skin side up too, right? So you get that
Skin
nice
side
crispy
up.
skin on top.
Get that nice crispy skin on top that you're going to then take off when you eat it. Because I'm
Or
the
not.
cooking doctor here. We are just going to take our chicken off here. Chicken is cooked to about 180 degrees. Put it in a little bowl, cover it with foil. And we're going to let these roast another 5 to 10 minutes until they're all done. All right, Ariel, let's put this together.
This looks amazing. I wish you guys could smell this. The
That's
fennel smells amazing. I can't wait.
So good.
Try
I just
that.
love fennel. This will serve 4. 1 piece of chicken per person. This cooked for about 25 minutes for the chicken until it was 180 on the inside, and then we let the vegetables cook another 5 to 10 minutes. Look at that. Lots of beautiful colors.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna put the chicken in. Get
Okay.
it right in there with some veggies.
Perfect.
Make it look pretty. This is so. You know what? For entertaining, sometimes people feel like they can't do easy things like this. Like it has to be fancy. But this presents so beautifully when you set this on a table. Get it right in there. All right, perfect.
This is cilantro, just a couple sprigs of fresh cilantro on top. All right, Ariel, what do you want? Leg or thigh?
Thigh.
Thigh.
That one right
Beautiful.
there,
You got yours picked out, okay.
Yep.
What about veggies?
Give me a little bit of everything.
All right. There's some fennel, some potato,
Yep.
a carrot. I'm going to take my skin off because I'm the cooking doc here. We're going to take a taste. Hopefully all that flavor's gotten in on the chicken.
That citrus on the chicken is great.
The chicken's good, the veggie's good. All right, Ariel, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
It was fun. Maybe you can come back sometime.
I would love to.
Okay.
Anytime.
Now, where can they find out more about you and read your articles and things?
So you can go to greenvillejournal.com, and that's where all of my food articles live, basically. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm Ariel H. Turner. Same thing on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, too. I'm pretty friendly, so I'll add you
Awesome.
most of the time.
I follow Ariel on Instagram, and you eat some good food. I gotta
do.
say that. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Cooking Doc, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And thanks again to Ariel for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
And I think we'll get back to eating.
Thank you for watching The Cooking Doc. Healthy cooking made simple and delicious.